Say, tell, speak, talk. What's the difference? Hello and welcome to English Speaking 360. Today you are going to learn something super useful. We're going to take a look at these 4 difficult verbs. They're very confusing. We're also going to compare them to one another. At the end, I'm going to give you a quiz, and finally, we're going to take a look at collocations. Don't miss that part because that can be very useful and you can improve your English. Let's go. Let me help you right away. Let's start with the verb say. It's say something. For example, Laura said she was hungry, or Laura said that she was hungry. That is optional. You can also say, Laura said, I'm hungry. Good? So say is often used to repeat someone's words, either indirectly or directly. The listener, however, is optional. This is important. There is no listener, usually, but you could have a listener. Just like in the negative form example right here, you could say, Lucas didn't say hello. That's good enough. Or you could say, Lucas didn't say hello to Sam. In this case, there is a listener. The question form, did she say my name in her sleep? Okay, not too difficult, is it? Now let's move on to tell. Tell someone something. Laura told me that she was hungry. Laura told me she was hungry. Rick tells everyone he's rich. So you see, in both cases, you have a listener because the listener is needed with the verb tell. You must have it. Here's the negative form. Tom didn't tell his mom about the fight. The question form. Did Laura tell you what happened? Let's look at the difference between say and tell. That's important right here. They have the same meaning. It means to give information with words. Now, the structure is different, however. Say something and tell someone something. That's the major difference. Now, let's take a look at some examples. Judy said she was tired. Good. So something is she was tired. Okay? Judy told me she was tired. The someone is right there, me. And of course, the something is the same, she was tired. The listener is optional with say, like we said before. Judy said to me she was tired. You can add a listener, but if you do add a listener, you need to. This is important, okay? In the case of tell, the listener is always needed. But watch out. Judy told to me she was tired. Is it right or wrong? It's wrong. In this case, you cannot have to. You just put the listener right after the verb tell. Judy told me she was tired. Let's go with an easy one now. How to use speak. Okay, speak is super basic. Speak plus a language. I can speak Spanish quite well. I wish I could speak Chinese. Great. The negative form, similar. Kim didn't speak English until she was 15. The question form, do you speak any other language? Great. So this is easy. But it's not always easy to use speak because there's another way to use speak. We can use speak for important or formal presentations. We don't know the words. There are no details with speak. For example, Jeff Bezos is going to speak at the conference. We don't know what he's going to say, but he's giving a speech and it's a formal presentation. The professor spoke about the future of AI. I'd like to speak with you. Step into my office now. Ooh, that's very serious. It sounds very important. Last but not least, talk. Okay. Talk is very similar to speak, but we use it for casual or unimportant conversations. For example, come in and sit down. Let's talk a little. It's very friendly. I like to talk about movies with my friends. The negative form, He was shy, so he didn't talk much. And the question form? What did you talk about on your first date? Now let's take a look at the difference between speak and talk. They have the same meaning. It means to talk in general. There are no details. We don't know what words were said. Also, they have the same structure, but speak is more formal, talk is informal. Let's take a look at more examples for formal and informal. I'd like to speak to a lawyer. Oh, very important discussion, speak. Speaking in front of a large group of people is stressful. So in these two examples, you see it's more important. It's business-like. On the informal side, I talk to my parents every Sunday. We talked all night like old friends. A friendly conversation, a casual conversation. Great. Here's something that will help you a lot. Here's a basic summary of everything we've studied until now. Say and tell, you have details. You have the words that were said. Speak and talk, no details. It's just in general. Say, there is no listener. If there is a listener, you need to add to in front of it. Tell, there is usually a listener. You must have it. Speak, it's formal or a language, and talk is casual. So this is the basic summary. If I were you, I would take a screenshot of this because it's the most important. Now, let's test your knowledge. We'll see how you're doing. My mother always told me not to to strangers. Now make your choice. You ready? Here, in this case, we have no details. We don't know what words were said. Okay? And it's casual, so the answer is my mother always told me not to talk to strangers. Second question. Just me what you want, what you really, really want. Now, these words, you've probably heard them before. They're from a song, maybe the Spice Girls, or I don't know, the Backstreet Boys. I'm not sure. Anyway, just me. Now, in this case, we have the details, what you want, what you really, really want. And we also have a listener. The listener is me. So the answer is, just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Here's one more. Learning how to Japanese was very hard for me. Okay? In this case, we have no details and we have a language. So, learning how to speak Japanese was very hard for me. Next question. I can't this enough. Always wear sunscreen. In this case, we have details. Always wear sunscreen is what the guy is saying. Also, we don't have a listener. We don't know who he is talking to. So, the answer, I can't say this enough. Always wear sunscreen. Let's keep going. It's important to clearly and with confidence in front of a crowd. There are no details, and it is about a formal presentation in front of a crowd. So, it's important to speak clearly and with confidence in front of a crowd. Here's a tough one. Kim to Luke that she took the money. Think about it. There are details. She took the money is what she said. And there is a listener. Luke is the listener, right? So the answer is Kim said to Luke that she took the money. It's not tell because there is a to plus the listener right here. So because of that, she said to Luke that she took the money. Last question. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not about Fight Club. You know this is from Fight Club, the movie. Okay? So think about it. There are no details. Good. And it is casual. So you do not talk about Fight Club. Great. Sometimes, though, There are some exceptions. We've studied this, but some of them do not follow these rules that we have studied together. Here are some collocations that don't really follow the rules that we have studied together. Collocations are words that always go together. Here are some examples. With say, we say something. So in this case, there are no details. Say a word, say it out loud, but we don't know what it is. Say a prayer, say grace before you start dinner, for example. I'd like to say a few words at the beginning of a presentation. That sounds very formal. And say what you think. In the case of tell the truth, tell a lie, tell a story, tell a joke, tell a secret, tell the time, tell the whole story. You notice in all of those collocations right here, there is no listener. But I told you, for tell, you must have a listener, except in these cases right here. So you have to remember them as they are. Speak. Speak on the phone, speak up, speak louder, speak clearly, speak your mind, speak the truth, speak from experience, speak with an accent. Some of them are not so formal as you can see there in the examples. And finally, talk. Talk on the phone. You see, there's speak on the phone and there's talk on the phone. They are both very similar. Talk is more casual, a little bit more of a conversation. Talk face-to-face, talk to oneself, talk fast, talk for hours, talk non-stop, talk business. You see this, right? Talk business is still in the talk section. We don't say speak business. Great! If you want to learn more useful English, make sure you check out the videos on the right. Hey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in our next video. Bye-bye!